Hi folks, about a month ago I promised you a review of the Olympus TG-6 tough camera. Seeing as that is a month ago, it is now 9 months since I've had this camera, so this becomes the official 9-month review. This is the camera, in case you're in any doubt. It's one which I just bought straight from the net, and suffice to say I have no relationship with Olympus as they used to be known, or OM Digital Solutions as they now call themselves. So we'll go very quickly through a few of the more negative points and then dwell on the positive, because this is a winner of a little camera as far as I'm concerned. So firstly, the dreaded pink, mauve, magenta, call it what you will, spot. Over the 250 days, I'd say out of the 270 days of 9 months, I have used this camera and only about 3 or 4 times has this occurred. I can trace the error to pointing the camera at a very strong light source, twice at the sun, would you believe? And the simple solution was to turn the camera off, turn it back on again, and away we went without any damage to the camera, thank goodness. The second issue, which really happens, I guess, because of my way of using the camera, is focus freeze, or in fact camera freeze, where the focus just freezes and won't focus. This happens after intensively using the camera back and forth between modes and back and forth within the mode, changing settings on the fly as I take photographs. Again, turning the camera off and turning it back on cures the problem, and no issue there. I haven't lost any award-winning shots anyway, not that I apply for awards. The third one is a little niggle, which really is so minor, I'm two minds to put it in, but it might throw you for a first-time user. If you change the battery or swap out your SD card, when you close up the 2 latches on the camera, which give it its waterproofing, the problem comes up that you get this error message, which is a spurious error message to say there's something wrong with the door, hasn't closed. Pressing on the door doesn't need to make a difference or anything else. It just goes away. Turn the camera off, turn it on again. But if for a first-time user, you might be frustrated and try and go back and forth. It happens again over the period that of use of, say, 250 days. I think it's probably happened 5 times, so you can do your own percentages on that. On the more positive note, I have really enjoyed using this camera. It is so portable. It is the answer to what I was looking for, was a camera I could bring out in the field with confidence and take macro close-up photographs of insects, flowers, or whatever, under sometimes quite extreme conditions. And that brings me to the claim for being tough and waterproof, and I could certainly sing the praises of whoever designed this body and whoever designed the camera initially, which goes back quite a few years, I think. It is tough. I've dropped it twice. I've smashed 2 protective film lenses, the back that I put on. They cost about £1.50 each, so I mean, I'm not really worried about that. I would really recommend that if you're buying this, put on those protective screen pieces, because the damage to the back of the screen would be a bit of a disaster. So the camera has functioned fine after both of those incidents, and I've had it in water, underwater, in a cave system, etc., etc. It has got absolutely lashed with rain, being in Yorkshire in the winter as well. I've operated the camera between about -5 and about plus 27, 28, which is about as hot as it gets here over the last 9 months, and no issues there with anything like that. And I keep it just in a pocket. It doesn't get Rolls-Royce treatment. Maybe I should treat it with a little bit more respect, but it gets stuffed into a pocket, and I don't even use a bag with it. And I can say that it doesn't seem to have suffered anything over the 9 months. So if the camera expired tomorrow, I would say I've got my money's worth from this camera. On that note, I think OM Digital Solutions may be about to release 1 or 2 cameras. I don't think an upgrade to this camera is on the way. That's just a feeling. I have nothing solid to go on. But you can probably get it in its box at the moment for about 300, 350 new, unused, and I think it's a great value for that. If I was to put the thousands of shots I've taken with this camera, we're down to pennies per shot at the moment. So all in all, is this a good camera? Does it say what it does on the tin? And it does. It really is. It's a fantastic little gadget to have with you. If you're a serious photographer, you may have your lovely system, and you want to keep with that and keep investing in it. But this is like a little bit of a sideshow, maybe for some photographers, for the more professional photographers among us. You could definitely keep this with you for quick snaps, interesting shots. It's not a landscape photographer's dream or anything like that, and I rarely use it on a tripod, so I'm really probably not giving it its best chance. But for me, it's a wonderful little gadget to have. It's a wonderful toy in some ways to some photographers, and for the money, I think it's a really good investment. So I hope this finds you well. Enjoy your photography, and I'll be back later with another update, maybe in a couple of months' time.